Yo, what's good? It's your boy TRNT, and I'm back one more again. This time I'm back with my 2 cents, my opinion. I know y'all used to me making music reviews, doing vlogs and everything else, but I'm back with my opinion. So make sure y'all subscribe real quick. If y'all new to my show or new to my channel, please subscribe. We're gonna get them subscribers up. And if y'all new, let me know y'all new, and I'm gonna send y'all a cash out. A blessing. Few of y'all, not all of y'all. But anywho, let's talk about the topics at hand right now.
Fucking pins on a bunch and making reaction vids. I hate you niggas that make reaction vids.
So for y'all who don't know me, my name Trent. LILTRENTMUSIK, TRENT, whatever y'all want to call me. Anywho, I don't really watch a lot of TV. Nowadays, I listen to a lot of podcasts. One of my favorite podcasts to listen to off rip is The Brilliant Idiot. My second favorite, the Joe Budden podcast. I love $1 Million Worth of Game, Lip Service. It's a few more I like. Anywho, since Joe Budden is like my top 3 podcasts I like listen to, I kind of invested into him and his network. The first thing he brought us, the first product he brought to us was See the Thing Is podcast, which to me was like a girl version or female version of the Joe Budden podcast. And I'm already familiar with Mandy B because I'm also listening to Horrible Decisions, which I check that out sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And Mandy B is like a wild card, you know what I'm saying? She's a person, to me, I think she real cool, somebody you can hang out with. But I don't listen to Horrible Decisions all the time because it's like they get too freaky, too nasty all the time. And I don't want to hear that all the time. But anywho, so they introduced us to See the Thing Is podcast. It's new. It's just like the Joe Budden podcast. Same setup, just a girly version. We got, it seemed like Mandy is the B mic. Then they introduced us to Bridget Kelly. Some of y'all already know who she is. But she's more to me like the A mic. She's like the Joe Budden. And then Olivia Dope, to me, is like Rory. She's like the C mic or the B mic, whichever one you want to call it. Anywho, Olivia Dope recently left the show. And I watched, it was like episode 20. They just, listen, they on episode 20 and she already left. So this is a new show. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, damn, why did she leave? Me personally, I thought that she had beef with the girls. Everybody thinks she had beef with the girls because if you watch the show and if you read the comments from the show, it seemed like they always cutting her off. Like Mandy B and Bridget. Mandy known for cutting people off. But Bridget do it sometimes too. And maybe I felt like that was the reason. But then again, you read the comments, everybody saying Mandy talk too much. Which she do. She talk too much. Mandy, I don't know if you're going to see this, but damn, let some other people talk. The way they gave it up to her when she left and the way they announced it when she left, it seemed like, man, they was beefed up internally. So anywho, I go check out Olivia Dope Instagram, which her Instagram followers, she's not verified, so I end up finding her. She got a few more followers than I do. But anywho, if y'all got Instagram, make sure y'all follow me right now. This is a shameless plug at LILTRENTMUSIK on Instagram and all other social media. Anywho, so I go on her page. She wrote a message about it. She shouted out all the people she worked with. She shouted out Mandy, Bridget, basically saying there's no confrontation. But she didn't shout out Joe Budden. And I could see where she come from. And to me, it tells me she had some internal problems with Joe Budden. So people who's not a fan of Joe Budden, like me, I'm not too familiar with his music. I love Joe Budden content though. Even though when he was with Everyday Struggle, I used to watch that when he was on it. When he left, I stopped watching it. I know they tried to bring in Star, which is Star on some crazy shit. And they brought in Wayno, which was cool, which I checked out some clips with Wayno. You know what I'm saying? And I like Wayno. We're going to talk about Wayno next. I like Joe Budden content, basically. And when he left Everyday Struggle, I stopped watching it. I do not like academics. I don't watch his. It's something about him and the way I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm a hater. I don't know what y'all think. I don't watch academics page, not his Instagram, nothing he provides. Anywho, so back to Joe Budden. When Joe Budden left, I invested myself in watching him. So when Joe Budden did the thing with Diddy, with Revolt, with the what it was called? It was something with Remy Ma, I forget the name of it. The Culture or something like that. That show was good too. I'm ready for that to come back. I hope that show didn't end. So Joe Budden was doing the pull-ups, the one-on-one interviews. You know what I'm saying? Which I felt like, okay, that's cool. I like that. But his bread and butter, his gravy is the podcast. I love the podcast. Like I said, I like Rory, he cool, and Mal, he cool, and I like Parks. The only thing I hate about the Joe Budden podcast is that they critique my nigga Charlamagne all the time. They throw some dirt, some shade, whatever you want to call it, towards Charlamagne every episode. I guarantee if you go back and watch every episode, it's some type of slug towards Charlamagne in the show. Anywho, with that being said, Joe Budden got this type of personality that you would love him and hate him at the same time. Like, I seen him get in arguments with Rory and Ma with disagreements where it seemed like, I can't believe they cool after that. Like, Joe Budden is one of them people that will irk you and shit. And Olivia Dope, she seemed like the type of person, matter of fact, it seemed like Joe Budden will argue, like he been popping up on the See the Thing Is podcast, and like for like, I think about 5 episodes straight, he been going there. He actually sat down on like 1 or 2 of them. So I could picture him going back and forth with Bridget on some shit that they don't like, and they having going head to head and disagreement and working it out. I can see him doing the same thing with Mandy B and working it out, especially Mandy. Mandy got a mouth on her. But something about Olivia, man, she's like eccentric. She had a vibe, like she gave a perfect balance to the group of girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got 3 different complexions, 3 different mix of black women, 3 different personalities, and she was so down to earth, so into herself, she's so enlightened that she's not just gonna take no bullshit from somebody. So I believe that her and Joe Budden got into a heated argument, and Joe Budden looked at her probably like he look at anybody else with 40,000 subscribers, followers, like, hey, you ain't nothing, I could replace you with such. So, and Olivia got some integrity. She left the show, you know what I'm saying? She didn't just, she something had to happen in the background to where she was like, I'm done with this shit. I'm not doing it no more. And she held her head high. She didn't talk down on them. She couldn't do it no more. So the next episode, they address it again, but you notice her presence not there. And this 2 episodes without her on the show now. We talking about See the Thing Is. And it's like, it's missing something, man. It's something, it's not, they introduced Karen Civil and Mean Show, which I'm still trying to get used to. Like I said, I'm not really used to that one. I'm trying to grow to it. But they started off with 2, so we trying to get used to them 2 talking to each other, Karen Civil and Mean Yi Lee, or whatever her name is. But they bring in guests, which bring in a good balance. Something about podcasts with 3 people bring in a good balance to me. But with Mandy and Bridget, the 2 episodes they did by themselves, it just didn't seem right. You know what I'm saying? Even when Bridget and Olivia did an episode without Mandy because she had COVID, you felt like it was cool. They can handle a few days, even though Mandy would be missing too if it was. But to Olivia to leave the podcast completely is missing an element. And this is where I bring in Joe Budden again. Well, this is where I bring in Mano. Joe Budden got to figure out a way to either beg Olivia to come back, because that's who you started out with. You know what I'm saying? You would love to go to the hundreds, 200, 300 episode with Olivia being there, that she came from the beginning. But also, I watched the episode today with Wayno, and when I say it was a perfect balance, Wayno is one of them dudes that if he on there, I'ma watch. Like Joe Budden did a pull up with Wayno, I watch. Wayno is always on the Brig Idiots. Like I said, that's my favorite podcast, and I watch. What else? Wayno, when he joined Everyday Struggle, I watched certain clips. I didn't watch completely because of academics, but Wayno with Mandy and Bridget seemed like a perfect match. It seemed so perfect, and I know Wayno got a lot of stuff going on, but if it's just a weekly podcast, he can come in just for one day out the week. Joe Budden needs to make that happen. I don't see them putting on I don't want to see them with different guests every week. You know what I'm saying? I like the format they in, like Joe Budden. I don't like seeing guests all the time on Joe Budden podcast. On other podcasts, I don't mind it. You know what I'm saying? Bring a different element. But Wayno need to be a permanent podcast on this show. Anywho, this is just my opinion because I am a podcast influencer. Sometimes I don't listen to it audio version. Sometimes I wait till it come on YouTube. And, you know, I just spend my day playing it in the background. I'm on my phone or cleaning up or doing some business. But I'm a podcast person, so I pay attention to things like this. And this is my first segment of giving my opinion. Usually I do video reactions, music reactions or whatnot. But anywho, man, tell me what y'all think about this situation. Any opinion y'all have, please drop it. Please subscribe. And also let me know some other podcasts I should check out. I don't want to hear no crime stories. I know I'm talking about hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Anything related, culture related, you know what I'm saying, podcast. Let me know. Anywho, subscribe and I'm out. I holla.